I'm Dick Orrell, and right now I'm the CEO emeritus, if you will, of the Maryland Beaten Biscuits. And the way I got into this was my mother started making them 76 years ago. And I started beating them when I was 12 years old. My mother was making biscuits for a store in Ridgely, Maryland, Stedman's grocery store. I wandered around the world for 42 years with the Army, Navy, and Air Force, and my mother, at the age of 88, asked us to come home. She would make a place for us to live, and we built a house, as you see down here, on the lower part of the lot. And I became the manager, president, and of the Maryland Beaten Biscuit Company. And that's the way the biscuit business started, and we're still making biscuits. Process is very simple. You have to put the dough and mix it by hand. Unbleached, unenriched white flour with lard, a little bit of baking powder, salt, sugar. Mix it all up. Either put it in a biscuit block or put it in the a roller, and you beat it or roll it for anywhere from 15 to 45 minutes. And then put it on the biscuit block or put it in the roller, as you saw. And then it's rolled about 15 to 20 minutes, and then when it's ready, the person rolling it knows, puts it on the table, and then people start making it out. Every biscuit is still made by hand. Take it out, put it on the stainless steel tables out there, and the women make them out, 4.5 dozen per pan, ship them up to the area where they're cooked, and then they're put on the racks and sent up to be baked. To make 60 biscuits, it takes 3.5 hours. And the reason for that is because you have to beat them, as I showed you, anywhere from 45 to 50 minutes to an hour, depending on what the weather is, what the flour is, and how the molecules of the lard fit into everything. They have to be beaten because there's one ingredient that everybody uses for making bread, and that's yeast. There is no yeast in the biscuits at all. So to get the biscuits so they can be soft enough to make out, then you have to beat them. And you beat air into the biscuits. And when the air starts snap, crackling, and popping, then you know that the biscuits are ready to be made out. They bag them. They can't bag them hot because we put them in plastic bags and the plastic would burn. And that's the process. The equipment we use, the primary piece of equipment we use is a roller. It was made by my father-in-law in 1947. The biscuit pick is, and we have arguments over this between Mary and I, and she says it's to let the air out, and she's probably right, because if you cook the biscuit without picking the top of it, it'll bubble on top and blister. So we have to pick it. And when you pick the top of it, you flatten it down, and you will allow air to come out when you bake it. And what they used to do is pick it with a fork. You use 4 prongs of the fork and then pick it 4 times. They're cut in half, and you put butter, and the best, my dad used to use blackstrap molasses on the biscuit, or the best thing is chicken salad or country ham. And most farms and houses had country ham in their ice boxes all the time. My grandfather always had a country ham because he killed hogs. He killed 20 to 25 hogs a year, and they had country ham. Well, to me, I'm trying to keep it alive because of my mother. Credit to the Maryland Beaten Biscuit, and as far as I know, it's the only place that's made them now, really.
Orrell's Maryland Beaten Biscuit. No leavening in this recipe, believed to date back to colonial times, so they beat the dough to get air in it. When he was a kid, 83-year-old Dick Orrell had to beat the dough on a tree stump with a hammer.
And you had to beat these for anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour. And I learned how to cuss, because I'd tell my mother the biscuits were ready. She'd come out and say, "No, Dickie, beat them some more."
The Orrells modernized a bit in the early 50s, but still make each one by hand. a labor of love and a summer pit stop that just might become your new tradition. I'm Kate Amara, WBAL TV 11 News.